Good morning and welcome to The Art of Composition. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. So today I want to talk about the rule of thirds. And the reason I want to talk about the rule of thirds is because I came across a video a few days ago that was basically criticizing artists and photographers that use the rule of thirds. And I've been at this a long time. I've been teaching design since 2008. And I'm kind of getting annoyed. And I'm getting annoyed because of these constant articles that are pumped out online on photography websites, art websites, and the videos that criticize artists that use the rule of thirds, or artists that don't know anything more than the rule of thirds. The main question is this: is the rule of thirds a legitimate concept? And my view of this is that it is. And the reason I have come to that conclusion is because the harmonic armature is a legitimate concept and the rule of thirds is derived from it. So if the harmonic armature is a legitimate concept, which you see on my screen, that's the harmonic armature, also known as the 14-line grid. It is a valid concept. It is just as good, equal to that of dynamic symmetry. And all this criticism is coming from those that are teaching dynamic symmetry. And I've seen it for years, and I'm tired of it. I don't understand why, as a teacher, you feel you have to insult artists because they only know the rule of thirds. I just don't get it. I don't understand the rationale behind it. If you're trying to attract people and persuade them to use dynamic symmetry by insulting them, criticizing what they're using, I don't see how that's effective, because what I can tell and what I've seen online is that all it does is piss people off, honestly. I've seen articles about this, 10 myths about the rule of thirds or whatever. It's the same stuff, just regurgitated all the time, criticizing artists and basically, calling them hacks or whatever, because they don't know dynamic symmetry. They've never heard of it. A lot of artists haven't. And there's a lot of artists and photographers that don't want to learn it. There's other methods of learning how to design besides dynamic symmetry. But my point is, why do you have to keep criticizing those that don't know any better? The whole idea of teaching somebody is to persuade them or influence them to improve their art. That's what this is all about, right? I mean, that's why I'm into what I do with the online stuff. I give it all away for free. I do that because I want to help people. And if you really want to help people, there's nothing wrong with presenting facts. I'm fine with that. I'm very firm on factual information, doing research, but needlessly criticizing those that use the rule of thirds, that don't know anything at this point, that have come to your website or have come online to YouTube or whatever to search out information. I don't understand what criticizing somebody right up front is going to do for them. It's not going to do anything for you as a teacher. It just makes you a jerk. And that's what I see when it comes to this information and the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is legit. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. Is it a master tool? No, it's not. Nobody ever claimed it was. That's the problem with these articles. They're made up myths to sell dynamic symmetry and other products related to that. If you look at the articles and you go down the list of myths, they're not even real myths. They're made up. I've never even heard of them before. I don't know any artist or photographer that claimed that the rule of thirds was a master's tool. It was never designed to be that way. It's a derivative of the harmonic armature. It's a beginning point. And if you know the rule of thirds, you can build on it by using the harmonic armature. It's a starting place for a lot of artists and photographers. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate where the rule of thirds actually comes from. This is the harmonic armature grid, like I said. And all you're doing is creating horizontal and vertical divisions at the ratios of thirds, 1/3, 2/3, and so on. And with the harmonic armature, you can do this with any one of these intersecting points. There's your rule of thirds grid. It doesn't matter what size the canvas is. You can do this on any canvas. Does this mean the rule of thirds is not legit? Of course, it doesn't mean that at all. These are legitimate divisions in the harmonic armature. So, I really want to know what the teachers out there are going to gain by just making fun of people for this concept. Artists and photographers that don't understand real design, they have to start somewhere, right? And most of them know about the rule of thirds. Why not start there instead of criticizing people because they don't know any better? And again, like I said, I've seen this for years and I've just grown so tired of it. I saw the last video I'm going to watch on this a couple days ago. I've had it. I'm not playing this game anymore. So for anybody that wants to learn real design, the rule of thirds is legit and you just got to get over it. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it as always.